Hello, people. It is Tuesday, I believe. I'm not certain. um, it is a better day today. I have accepted some changes in my life that I was refusing to accept before, and those changes have helped me kind of get through the day. And as I shared in the last, hold on, I have to show you guys. That's Bear and Pepper, and they love to fight for sticks. All right. So, I accepted the fact that my wife is kind of sick of, my codependent tendencies, and I learned that it is anxious codependency, I believe. And that's why, like, when she's happy, I'm happy. When she's upset, I'm upset, and I try to fix everything. But just accepting the fact that, that nothing else is going to come of it, it kind of, it's allowing me to see things a little different. Not different in a sense of a different outcome, because I'm still working on me, and that's still in the works, right? I think it's more like I am no longer working on myself so I can save this relationship. So just realizing that she's done, like she wants nothing else, then it's almost like, I can just kind of work on myself. And at times it does hurt. Like today, while I was working, things came up. Like, obviously I have pictures of her and the kids on my desk around, my area. And, when I see the pictures, obviously I get emotional and it hurts. And my students, I'm a teacher, and my students obviously know that I'm married. And one of them just got rained on. One of them noticed that I wasn't wearing my ring. Actually, no, that's not true. They didn't notice. They asked me how my spring break was, and they were telling me, these kids, I teach high school, so sometimes they tell me things I don't want to know. But of course, they have to tell me about, the latest relationships and all that. So anyway, two of my students were in the cafeteria. I had cafeteria duty today. And they're like, oh, you need to know the tea. And they're telling me what was going on in their life. And one of them said, oh, yeah, I'm single. And I said, really? And she's like, yeah. And then she tells me a little bit. And then I said, and she's like, well, how was your spring break? And I just happened to show them my ring finger. And it took them a little bit, and they're like, oh, no, so, that was a little sad too, having to share that. I mean, I didn't have to share it, but I don't know, maybe I'm looking for that pity or whatever. There's that codependency shit again. Or maybe I just needed to to make it real, And I was thinking of not calling her wife anymore, just maybe calling her partner or something. Because I know even words have an impact in our mindset, right? So I was thinking, well, maybe she's just my partner. Or maybe not even that, right? Like right now, we're roommates. So maybe that should be it, roommates. And, make it easier. Make it easier for both of us. Well, I think it's pretty easy for her. I think that she's pretty much done and thrown in the towel. So, maybe it's a little bit easier for her. I mean, she is in her space. It is her home. She's able to make the changes that need to be made to kind of erase me from the place, And she has started doing that, And I'm trying not to read much into it. She's taking her space back, It's just a little bit more difficult for me because, I'm still looking for a place. I'm new to this area. And again, like I shared, decisions that I've made in the past have are the decisions I made in the past is now making it difficult for me to find the place. And I even spoke to, a lender today, and they're like, well, the only problem that you have is this. I was like, shit, And I kind of knew that was the issue, and it's going to continue being the issue. So I'm going to have to find I'm going to have to find a place to live. Ah, shit. And I have until the end of May. That's the agreement that we have. So there is a pop-up camper that might end up being my home for a little bit. Ah. I mean, it's a lot cheaper on rent, right? Because Pepper! Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm kind of taking it easy today. I am pretty relaxed. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to put anything in my mind, no stories. I think I am going to take a nap. I didn't sleep well last night, so I might just take a nap. It's a nice cloudy day. Maybe cook soup. Bean stew, that's yummy. It feels like I have a lot to say, but nothing to say almost, right? And I forgot to print out that text that I said I would. So I will do that then, and maybe do a screenshot or something. I don't know how I'm able to do that because I didn't print it out. Or maybe I just rewrite it on a piece of paper, and then I can read it to you, so you could tell exactly what is said on there. But I haven't forgotten about wanting to share exactly what I said on that text. And it shouldn't haunt me so much, right? It's that guilt of of retreating or going back after I said that I was going to do better, And I know that mistakes will happen, and that is a mistake. I don't care that, she says, I've been telling you the same thing for 2, 3 years, and I'm sure, she has, but it didn't click in, like you could tell an alcoholic, yo, you're an alcoholic and you need help. And if that alcoholic does not come to terms with their alcoholism, then they're not going to find help. They're not going to go get help because they haven't come to terms with it, right? So I know that she shared with me many times, she never called it codependency, but she did bring up that I have a hard time sharing, speaking my mind. Um, um, let's see what else. Like I would say to her, you don't show that you love me and stuff like that. So I'm sure she got tired of that shit. But I didn't realize what I was doing. Like I honestly in my heart thought that she didn't love me. I didn't think that, oh, it's because it's my codependency and because of my childhood trauma that I could not accept love and I was rejecting it because I was afraid of losing it, which is ironic, right? Because it's lost. So I am gonna go cook or take a nap, one of the two, and then I'm going to find that text and I'm gonna have to write it down and share it with you guys because I said I would, and I also want to hold myself accountable, and maybe after I read it to you and then watch myself, then I would have a different perspective. I would say, shit, yeah, or the same thing I've been thinking, that I realized what I said was not correct. And my flaw was not acknowledging it or not um, letting her know that shit, yeah, that was my bad. Sometimes part of the reasons why I, did not admit my flaws is because I didn't want to seem I don't want to say that I wanted to be flawless, but I didn't want to reveal my imperfections. And again, it goes back to, if I reveal my imperfections, then she's not gonna want me because, I have flaws. And nobody's perfect. These dogs are having a good time. They've been in a cage all day, poor doggies. So they're just having fun. If any of you that watch this believe in prayer, I would love some prayers because I really need to find a place. And I have exhausted a lot of my resources trying to find a place. And I'm just hoping that there's like one or two that I've forgotten that are going to be the one to help me kind of get to where I need to be. All right. I will talk to you guys later with the information that I said I would have for you. Bye.